Yo, it's Dreas, DJ Anti-Zero in the building, and I'm chilling. I don't even know how I'm going to start this, but I'm going to try to be more, um, what's the word? Not happy, but energetic, enthusiastic throughout this. A bit more emotional, detailed, whatever the case may be, because I hate coming in here and sound like, yeah, so today, this, so you're not gonna get that version going on today, especially since also after this I'm gonna go back to editing my audio version of some songs I did earlier today before this video started. It's currently like 6 on the Sunday, so 6:31 on the Sunday, and would have been started earlier, but I decided to go, hang out with my housemate's daughter for a bit and make some food and wash some dishes. Wow. Do some laundry. I'm actually gonna wash some dishes when I'm done too. So after this, I'm going straight to finish my laundry and wash some dishes, and then come back. And after I'm done washing dishes, not gonna come back, but work on some audio, some music, I should say. Keep on saying audio, music for you guys. So that's my 2-second update. My week has been interesting so far. Not much to really say far as like what has happened, what amazing or what's different. Like I said, I've been booking through email now, so my book is through email. So anything particularly when it comes to using my equipment to DJing an event is through booking. I'm also getting, crossing fingers, but I'm hoping by the end of this week I have a brand new camera. Now, what the camera's going to be, well, I was hinting at the 77D, Canon 77D for the longest, but most likely not going to be the camera I use for ending 2019 onward. And thank you, best friend, for helping me as well achieve this camera, because I will be doing monthly payments until March. So, yeah, hoping that, I get it. And I'm looking forward to taking the pictures with it, because it's going to be a pretty high-end camera, even though it's in the mid-range category. I won't disclosure the camera until I actually physically got it in my hand and say, yes, I got the camera. Which, speaking of that, it's funny, because now thinking about it, I'm not going to say it on air, but it's just something that happened in my head. Let me message my best friend about that real quick before I continue. I'm trying to head to Facebook real quick. And Asia Sparks is looking nice. I haven't heard from her in such a long time either. I recently kind of started following her again because I was actually wondering where she's at with all these new female MCs approaching and being on the horizon. I don't know if I want to do that. Let me ask her. So my best friend, if you're watching this, you just see me type, where's the thing that they say they're quote unquote get. But nonetheless, I'm gonna message me. But nonetheless, I want to get into, before I start getting lost on Facebook for some odd reason, because I always do. So upcoming fashion show this Sunday, so next week of this day that is being presented. So Sunday coming up, which is the 27th, if I'm not mistaken, it's the fashion show. Now, I'm hearing that it's going to be transformed to like the semi-casual event. I'm not sure what is going to happen exactly. Like, yes, my best friend told me what happened, but at the same time, like, sounds confusing. All I heard was you have a bit of fashion mixed in with a bit of social. Sorry, I feel like perfect. Bit of a social mixer at SUNY Broom. So I don't 100% know at all what is going to entail for this event. Will I perform at this event? Well, I honestly don't know, because I'm actually getting my tea pulled tomorrow morning, and I'm not sure how long that's going to last. which is why I kind of recorded the songs I recorded today, because I'm not sure how long the teeth pulling process is going to, not like the process, but like me being in pain. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. I'm getting all 4 of my wisdom tooth being pulled out tomorrow morning. Like first thing, like I got to be there by 9 type first thing. Kind of partially nervous. I'm not sure if they're gonna like, put me to sleep and pull out the teeth, or make my entire mouth numb, pull them out, and they say you're good, and it only take a 2-hour process. Probably not 2 hours, probably like an hour and a half. Especially I got work to do tomorrow. Well, I shouldn't say that. Possibly I might have work in the morning, but I have more normal work in the evening afterwards. So if I do have work in the morning, I'm working like the entire day. I'm actually working for the rest of the week, as in anything after 12, I'm working till 10 o'clock. So I have to be up and about, doing whatever I feel like doing. And 12, I start working, work from whenever to whenever for that one job, and from that job, transfer over to the other job. I take the bus to said place and destination. So yeah, that's me. So yeah, I'm getting my teeth pulled. I'm, like I said, nervous about it, but we'll see how that turns out to be. My Halloween plans, since partially on the topic of such manner and models and whatnot. So my Halloween plans for this week. Maybe this week, I should say, or the following week. Honestly, I don't know. I've been wanting to order this mask for the longest. But it's several different masks I wanted to order. That's why I don't like talking on podcasts, because for some odd reason I talk to myself, talk on the camera, and I start yawning, and I don't mean to be doing that. But nonetheless, yeah, I don't know. I may not do nothing at all, especially with the teeth being pulled. I may not like go out and whatnot. Like I was supposed to go help DJ this event this Saturday night at Spotlight. I just don't know if I know me and the DJ, we've talked about doing like that event particularly together, but my name's not on the flyer and nor on the tickets, and we haven't talked about anything like at all since he's been throwing the flyer out. I promoted a bit, not much, but I promoted a bit on my end, as if I'm going or not. Honestly, the real question is I just don't know if I'm going because of the teeth pulling. I would definitely go because I want to support. I don't know if I get it. We'll see. I mean, it's only days after, and I think I can recover something by that time. Now, I can purchase the ticket with it. I gotta hit them up the day of and see what happens. I don't know if I'm still doing the event as in DJing, or I'm just gonna go there and chill. Maybe you might have a new camera. Hoping that would be a delightful way to go into Halloween with a brand new camera. Even my TV in full, I can still take some pictures. Even though I still need a memory card, which that won't be too much of a hassle. If I just go to Walmart real quick and pick one up. It's just now depending on what type of memory card I get and spending the extra cash to get it. Details. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Make sure I'm not skipping anything. Speaking of photography, I officially deem myself as a photographer. Woo! Ew, on Drake's note. But the reason why I say that is because I know previously I've been saying I don't know if I want to be this photographer. I don't know if I want to do this. I want to do that. Honestly, after some time of losing that camera, it makes me realize the amount of hanged up stuff I am about the camera. I still have photos that I haven't presented to you guys yet. And the only reason why I haven't done so is because I feel like since I lost my camera, I don't feel like putting photos out. Honestly, there's only one type shoot. I'm not gonna say a photo shoot because it was somebody performing, but it was that particular. Do I have it on my computer still? I mean, I have it on my computer. I just want to make sure I don't have. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the only one. And yeah, I'll pull the wrong one up. Choose one. I apologize. I wanted to type something like right there and then, but that's really bad for me. I like to do that, distracted, and you hear the click, 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 click. But yeah, I definitely pulled the wrong thing. And okay, now I'm back to what I was trying to get at. So yeah, so now moving forward, that mentality, uh, definitely want to carry myself different heading into 2020. Um, Overall in this, so my prices on photography is definitely going up from 25 to I want to say either 40 or 50. And for events wise, it's going up to 75 to a very large number, which is 125. Mainly because of the fact that, and the reason why, and this is another thing I try to tell people, I don't mind doing stuff for free. And I said this in prior videos, and I said this also in prior person to person. I have no problem doing free. The problem is, I feel like I need to get some type of compensation in case I'm in an environment where my stuff is going to get damaged. If I'm at a party, there's a high chance my stuff is getting damaged. I'm not physically in control of my stuff getting damaged. At a party, for my camera, because I just talked about my speakers, but if I have my camera and I'm at a party, yeah, charging more because either A, the person can get mad and spill the drink, or not the drink because the crowd is too crowded. Like, there's too many here and there variables. Like, I'm not in the environment. Like, if I'm outside shooting, that's more me than them. Unless I'm really not in the mood to shoot in the snow, or really not in the mood to shoot in the snow, the rain, etc., and whatnot. So that's like, if I have no problem wanting to shoot in the rain, and I just want to see just, I gotta in my head come up with a vision because I've done shot in the rain before. I shot in the snow before, but not really. I shot it once. I actually have them pictures stored in my other hard drive, but I shot it once, and I'm not gonna say it came out bad. It just, I wish it was snowing, not snow on the ground, and it was just so. And it was kind of difficult because like we get cold easily, and I don't want to put my camera, in that environment where it gets too cold where it stops functioning. So if I ever shoot in the snow, it gotta be like not as long as I normally shoot in the general sense. And shout out to Sam, by the way, because we're definitely working on creating a full shoot in the snow, and I'm looking forward to that shoot as well. Uh, Forgetting my vision statement, since I'm also on the topic, I feel like it's gonna be a short podcast because I'm like breezing through these topics left to right and center. And so before I get into the vision statement part, I will have another guest on air with me, or on this podcast with me, next week. The reason why I have another prior is because I didn't want to make it seem like, Dreas always has a guest, or those two individuals are always on the show, like constantly. They might as well be a host. And I'm like, I don't have no problem creating that. It's just, I want to kind of make more of them as a guest, and then see where like all the lines fit. Like, I don't want to bring Bojina in to my air, and I don't feel like she's like, yeah, I can put her straight onto the train, but I don't want to be like, well, I can't do a show without Bojina, or now I can't do a show without Vidova, and it's like come on, guys. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, it's still me. Like, there's gonna be times it's gonna be them. There's also gonna be times with me. I'm trying to balance both. I have no problem with them being here on a constant basis. It's just, give me time. So yeah, vision statement. Back to what I was trying to say. So I lost, I guess. I lost myself, especially after that one night of DJing, actually one weekend of DJing, where I just completely put reliance on the team, and it didn't seem like the proper decision. But yeah, kind of happened. Uh, but mainly what I'm getting at is I put forth as a business to provide a good environment, good vibes, good energy, etc. down the line and chain, whatever. I feel like I'm failing in that department as a DJ and partially as a photographer. Dancing, nobody bothers me. I'm still doing me and I'm bringing that energy and vibe. Rapping, I've been doing what I've been doing ever since I started rapping, so it hasn't really missed a weight unless I feel like giving certain songs out to the public versus me making something that I want to make. And which is nothing wrong with me giving something out to the public. It's just more so I want to do it on my time. If that's the case, don't want to give it to you guys, whenever you feel like it, and I'm not in the mood and I come up with some bullshit first. So that's why. But far as DJing, and I was telling my best friend last night about this when I called her. She agrees and whatnot, and this is more so just for the general public. If you guys are gonna ask for a request, I, DJ Anti-Zero, have no problem playing your request. Playing your request at any given event. Well, kind of, depending on what the event is, because if it's like selective events like the high or kids party, whatever, I am not about to sit here and play, XYZ song because you want to hear it, and I don't have a clean version or even a proper mix or whatever for the kids, that type of environment. But if I'm at a normal party, like a club or something, and you request a song, perfectly fine. I will add it to my list of songs that I want to end up playing. Or I'll put on the side on the list I will eventually play when I get into the tempo of that song, and then I can play it. Don't force me to play a song right away. At least give me a couple songs before, X, Y, and Z. Like, bro, I just played a song. How you want me to transfer over from, like, dancehall to this, I don't know, hip-hop, whatever, when I just got through playing hip-hop and I just played one dancehall song? Like, I am not about to sit, like, give me a sec, let me play at least a few more dancehalls, find a way to segue into that instead of just, I just played it. Most of y'all don't care. Well, I'm not going to say most, but some of y'all don't care. Doesn't make me feel like I'm a good DJ or the DJ that I want to represent myself as to you guys by just playing a song right after. That's not how I want to move. So, if you guys don't like me as a DJ, perfectly fine with it. You don't gotta hire me. You can leave. I don't care. You can ask them for the refund. If the client doesn't feel like paying me, then you should kind of pay me something for even just playing. But yeah, whatever. Not tripping. Just don't book me again. Because now you know that I'm not going to sit here and play XYZ songs because I'm not spinning the way I want to. It's not two, just more one. But yeah. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whew. Which even that now goes into, and probably before I get to that, the photography end, where I don't feel like, I know I can't cater to every single person I come across as a model and make them feel like they had an amazing time shooting with me. Because I had some, that had a good time shooting with me and whatnot. I know I can't do that to everyone, but I feel like a lot of people that don't have a good time shooting with me or shooting me one time and, either I A, never hear from them again, or B, never want to shoot with me again for some odd reason. I just feel like I did something wrong in the shoot, and more so, I guess, like, and part of me can't help it because clashing with somebody else's personality that I don't really like is kind of difficult, and still do it in a professional manner, and to not act a certain way, and you probably wondering, who's that, Dreas? And it's like, oh, don't worry about it, because I'll never, really say who they are. Only like a few people know who I don't like shooting with, and I never really bother to hit them up. Some people I forget to hit up, but then other people I definitely don't hit up. So there's two different. So if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, I shot with Dreas, but he never hit me back up. There's people I forgot. There's people I don't want to shoot. So two different. I actually kind of want to shoot some of the people I have shot in the prior, but you know, there's also times where people have been busy and haven't got the pleasure to, you know, X, Y, and Z shoot with them yet. Hopefully I can, you know, shoot with them soon or eventually. But yeah, other than that, collecting emails. Well, actually, should I go into collecting emails or should I do the how-to videos? I mean, either way, you know, goes into this the topic. Switching, collecting emails. Well, I mean, they're both same, so similar. So, how-tos. Fuck it. So, I decided that I want to create a how-to video. And not just a how-to video, but a how-to video on everything that I do as far as DJing, photography, dancing, and rapping. And not the way that you may think I'm talking about my how-tos. My how-to videos are more so like how you should be when you're in said environment or in said zone. And for instance, for one, but I'm only saying this one, knowing that this is definitely going to be a video, but it's not the video, it's just me explaining. Be in the zone for me, as far as no matter what you are, even including as a model, and this goes for multiple areas in entertainment business. So if you're in entertainment, as far as a photographer, so on, and this is like literally applies for, if not everything. Well, if not everything, like, you know, 90%, then obviously 100%. Facial expressions, guys. Facial expressions helps make more entertainment through whatever you're shooting, whatever you're dancing, whatever you're rapping, whatever you're DJing to. It makes the presentation of what you do, even yourself, look better. And it looks like not only that you mastered what you're doing, but you're having fun doing it. Facial expressions, guys. And it's weird because me even saying this is like, again, I don't want to make this a how-to video, but just more elaborate on the facial expressions part. It's more so, usually when somebody's trying to memorize something or do something, you know, literally they have like stiffness in their feet. And they're not going to move. The upper part may move, but the lower part's not going to move like that. It's going to be real stiff. What happens is usually in the back of the head, and I'm going to re-say all this in a whole different video, but what happens is when you get to learning, when you master something, that jitterness ends up going away, but it goes away in the sense where it's like it builds up from your feet up to your neck. So no, it doesn't go past your head. The past your head part now comes with confidence versus just you memorizing your, you know, whatever you're doing, your routine or whatever. And if you don't care, and to get to the top of the head versus just the neck, because when you have the courage, or when you master it and when you have the courage, you're about to where your nose are, so you don't go above and beyond. To master it, and the things I tell people is emotion. And I realized the other day, in order to achieve the emotion, or to at least give the sense of emotion, you need to have facial expressions. People, facial expressions. If you're not having facial expressions, therefore you're not having fun, therefore you're just doing this for show, and you're acting, and you're not really portraying the character you want. You want to give the intent of this is how you actually feel when you're doing said thing, especially in front of the people, or in front of the client when you're modeling, or if you're a photographer, kind of the same boat. And you're wondering how's a photographer supposed to get facial expression during a photo shoot? It's not for the other person, but I mean, it could be, but more for yourself. You want to relieve every inch of stress, nerve, not confident of you. And to do that, be silly. Show your face off. Don't have a straight face and keep constantly thinking about, oh, this is how you're supposed to do this, and this is how you're supposed to do that, and this is the routine that I will set for myself, so it works perfectly fine. Your face gives off a lot more than you think. And I know from experiencing hanging out with my friends that I clearly can tell that there's a lack of disconnect because I don't show my face nor I show eye contact. So yes, I'm aware. I just haven't done it yet. Another thing too, but this whole how-to videos, the things I'm mentioning is some of the stuff I'm still working on a regular. There's times I could do it just, you know, off the flex, but like to do it on a regular, as in like I can go to every single performance and do it, Yeah, I'm still working on it. Because sometimes mid-performance, I just remember to get the face going, and then bam, like, I capture the audience. But I just need to do that throughout the performance, or throughout the shoot, or throughout whatever I'm doing. So yeah, and going into the email side, listening to Joe Budden, listening to Gary Vee, so on and so forth. Social media could disappear at any given moment, time, etc. The only thing that's a bit more guaranteed right now is emailing and texting. And I don't collect phone numbers because I know some people feel odd about it. But at the same time, then collecting emails, people don't really check them that much, but it's still there regardless. So I'm going to start collecting emails and distributing my music and everything else through emailing from time to time. I won't spam you guys' email. I won't, attack email every single time. But I will start sending emails out, especially upcoming the new year. I was supposed to do it this year, but I guess a lot of other things had happened, so I didn't get opportunity to send out emails. Or actually, not opportunity, but to focus actually on emails. But I'm gonna start doing that. Hoping that it helps with my fan base and so on and so forth, and help make sure me and you guys are good and peachy. Shout out to everybody that's watching this and that are a fan of mine. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry, Erica, for kind of running to you in Walmart and kind of give you this weird high thing. I was really in the zone, and I was like, I gotta drop off this thing so I can get paid. Like, I was like kind of not in the mindset, and I apologize to give you a proper hi to you and your mother, I believe. I actually don't know. I wasn't paying attention when I was at your house like months ago on your birthday party. But yes, that also goes into what I also want to talk. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. Golly, I guess I want to end it off with the Apple stuff. But knowing what you want to do for the rest of your life, I also found, there's multiple ways to think about it, but here's a way that I thought, could help you guys if you're trying to figure out what to do for the rest of your life, and your job or whatever you're currently doing right now is not a thing that you want to do. One, if you haven't tried stuff out, try as much things as you can. Art, whatever. Try selling, try not selling, try showcasing, try not showcasing. See how you feel about it. Writing, drawing, I think I said that already. DJing, whatever it is, maybe crafting something, hand delivery, groceries, clean out gutters if you're a cleaner, whatever, blah, 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 blah. If once you do that or once you're doing something, even if you're doing a hobby currently right now and you don't know for sure that's the thing you want to do, I want you to test out for 3 to 6 months of not doing it. If you can last 3 to 6, I can't, the other finger, 6 months of not doing it, then, clearly that's not something you want to do. But if you're itching, or if you have the mindset of wanting to even just go back into it, then you have some type of connection to whatever that is. Now, it may not want to be what you want to do for the rest of your life, but even doing that from here and there and incorporating it to something that you want to do the rest of your life could be very highly asset. For instance, even if you don't turn art into a business, perfectly fine. But art might be your escape route for whatever you're doing on a daily basis that makes you miserable from going to a job or seeing friends, etc. So taking the time, if you're even on vacation, to draw or to create some form of art or whatever you feel like doing, do that, because that's part of your happiness that you're taking away from yourself to then put this mask on of, I don't care about it because it's not quote unquote making me money, but it's not about the money, it's about your happiness. So that's the thing I want to say about that. So when it comes to knowing what you want to do in your life, try that method. If you have tried something out, if you have tried anything out, try it. Even vlogging or podcasting. I'm actually, by the way, thinking about going back to vlogging on a daily basis. So that's another thing about me ending the podcast, for some time. I might switch over to doing daily vlogs for the winter, just until beginning of January, and then going back to doing podcasts on a weekly basis. But again, I won't do that until November, mid-November, around Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving might be the final podcast day, so we'll see. Anything else before I get into the Apple? Oh, the Which Hit Harder segment, and I'm pretty sure I can tell which ones are going to be the rest of the stuff, so I don't need the computer right now. But Which Hit Harder segment is something I started on Facebook, which is comparing two songs and asking you guys which hit harder on, to you personally, not which hit harder based on charts or based on anonymous people. Which hit harder to you? Now, just hypothetical, this is just out of random. If I were to choose a song like, maybe I should probably give a more current song. That's kind of difficult. What song is like popping? I don't want to go over that because I feel like it's a little too obvious. Sure, why not? I guess because that's the only thing that's kind of really on my mind. Like saying which hit harder, "Welcome to the Party" or "Act Up" by City Girls, or "Welcome to the Party" by Pop Song or "Act Up" by City Girls. And even in my head, I would lean towards "Act Up," just because I can understand the words. But something like that, and I know the reason mainly for this is a debate on yourself of which one would you actually go for. Like, I know the original two songs I was aiming towards was "Runaway Love" by Mary J. and Ludacris, and what was the other one? How did I draw a hugest blank? Oh, "Footprints" by T.O.K. Both songs are very emotional. I actually feel the ways during "Runaway Love," but I also do cry during "Footprints" in my head. There was a time when I first heard it, I was definitely in my crying phase. But now, as a grown adult, I just cry in my head because I don't feel like expressing that emotion. I'm not in tune with the song to do so. Which is funny because I actually was working on the song and I was sitting here like easily going to this like depressing state, but then as soon as the song's finished, as I'm recording it, I'm all happy, sunshine, cheer, etc. It's like, this is so awkward of me. Like, how can I jump from one emotion to the next so easily? I guess part of the Gemini in me. But yeah, the Which Hit Harder segment, that's definitely something I want to do more often, and I definitely want to implement that into the podcast. So next week's podcast, hopefully I will have a list of songs, and hoping that if the Sunday event, does go on, I'm going to try to have some people on it and ask them, the question, which hit harder, which some of the tracks hit harder. And that'll be the podcast. Not the podcast, but that would be part of the podcast for today. It might be the podcast, but who knows? And the last thing, crap. What was it? Last thing. Oh, Apple. So, with the Apple update, not saying I have done it, but it makes me kind of want to switch over to PC. Now, only because I don't have a media player. I wouldn't have a media player now for my DJing. The only downside with that is if I do switch over to PC, I don't have a source to record my music. I've been using GarageBand since it's free on Apple, and I learned off of it. Not saying I can't download Logic or Fruity Loops or whatever device on the PC. It's just, one, starting over, and two, I actually have to buy that separate from said PC. Now, yes, I can torrent it, whatever case it be. Don't really want to go that route. Could, but I'm not. I don't want to go that route. Excuse me. But yeah. And I feel like even for Apple to make such a move and doing what they've been doing lately, where it's like you're taking the same phone and just adding like 2 cameras on it. You're taking the same MacBook and adding like 1 or 2 features on it, but then calling it like the brand spanking new laptop of the year, and keeping everything above $1,000 and such. Like, I feel like what they're trying to say is, hey guys, we have no problem creating this stuff for you guys, but we're going to see how simple we can make it, yet effective we can make it for the clientele we want to make it for. if you guys keep on diving in, we kind of expect it because we already have that trademark of a brand to do so. I feel bad for any Apple user that's in the algorithm or the ecosystem of them going now into iPhone 12 in 2020 and so on and so forth. Because I feel like it's kind of a vicious cycle. Like right now, even OnePlus is doing it, and I just became a OnePlus fan, but they're doing it every like 3, 4 to 5 months. You get a brand new phone, but then it's like, how much of an update can you have given us from prior phone? Because every time I see something, it's like an extra 20% in fast charging, which is very good. I would take it in a heartbeat. But like storage has not increased. The hit rates on the screen when you flick it and you know scrolling hasn't changed. Maybe the display got 5% brighter. Cool. Maybe the phone could last 10% extra longer. Cool. Which I'm not saying those are not, some very big futures. But then the camera's kind of still in the basic setup. The sensor really hasn't changed that much. You added an extra camera for wide or telephone, and now you're just trying to figure out where's the best place for the front-facing camera and the buttons, and you're not adding anything particular that you make us want to scream, let's get it. Like when I had the LG V20, one of my top features I love on that phone was a remote control. Even though that wasn't something that they probably had stated, that's a feature that maybe not want to be desired by somebody, but still even having something different, completely different, and that's not just about camera utility, is handy. I got the OnePlus mainly for the storage and the speed. But as far as like the OnePlus 8 that's supposedly should be coming out in the first quarter of 2020, I'm just like, you just released 5 phones already, and this phone's only a year old. Like legit a year old, because it's about, I believe, next month. That's the same year this phone was released. So, like that particular phone, the OnePlus 6T, and you already dropped the OnePlus 7, OnePlus 7T, OnePlus 7T Pro, 1.7 Pro, and I'm just like, bruh, 4 phones. And you're about to drop another one. Like, iPhone hasn't done it yet. Samsung technically has with their Note series and their Galaxy 10A, 10E, whatever they have. So, but I'm just saying, too fast, too rapid. I kind of see what they're kind of going for, is just trying to be the latest and greatest and, dominate. And if people don't have that phone, then they can always get this upcoming phone. But then, like, it makes the person not really want to get that phone because they know for sure another phone's coming up. Like, yeah, we know for sure, like, the year after, but now you're giving us, like, every couple of months, like, you're working whomever to the bone over that side of the world to give us something that, yes, we can constantly keep switching, but are we really going to keep switching? So that's my take. And that basically just goes into, I feel like Apple is sabotaging themselves with that particular type of vibe and said thing. Like, why would you go such lengths to, do X, Y, and Z for a crowd that people in my field, where I should say middle class or even lower middle class or even lower class, we try to aim for Apple to perceive themselves rich or perceive themselves worthy of something and whatever. Like, I refuse to get the ear pods because based on what I'm hearing, I'm like, you're not good sound quality. I need something with bass in it. Like, the ones I have is $25. They're cheap, but right now they're clearly good. The only thing I don't like about them is my ears are getting to the point where they've been sensitive, and I need brighter quality headphones to match the sound that I want to listen to at this volume I listen for. Because I listen to 4 at certain quality, and everything starts to get a little muffled, and it'll start damaging my ears. So my ears are starting to get sensitive. I've been peeping that and been aware of that. Other than that, that's going to be it for this podcast. I don't have much other things I wanted to address. This is getting to that point where my laundry should be done, at least from the dryer perspective. So all I got to do now is take the wash out my dryer. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up, Dreashiphop on Twitter. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. Sound like a lot, but that's really what I'm on. And I don't know what I want to do right after this. Oh, I did say we're gonna do that, but we'll see. I mean, I am gonna do it. I'm like, we'll see as in like how much of I get done and what I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna get something to drink. My water's over there. See you guys later. It's been a short one. I apologize, but hey, peace out. Oh, yeah, again. I mean, I did say if you guys have any comments, hit me up. But anything you feel like I should add to the podcast or add, to what I do and who should I add as a guest, feel free to hit me up and ask me about. Like I said, it's been swell with you guys. That's so wrong. I'm getting tired. See you guys later. Peace.